Hey everyone, welcome back to One Tiny Seed Farm. It's been a while since I've gotten to do a updated garden tour, so I'm going to kind of walk you through it. I'll show you how it's going so far. So here is my lavender I bought from one of our local nurseries. This is a Zinnia Lime Queen. It's very pretty. From Baker Creek. That is a jalapeno plant. This one's called a gypsy pepper plant because I'm not a spicy person, so I'm excited to try that. Red bell peppers, green peppers. That is a poppy that got planted over here, but it should have been on the other garden or the other bed, which we'll show you. Here, and this one is a zinnia, which is a yellow variety. And then these two in here is my polar bear zinnias. And then back here, between the two gnomes, I planted some lavender seeds, so those are starting to grow. Here is some volunteer tomato plants that kind of came up in the garden this year. We did compost from all of them last year, so I've been planting them in these, and then I'm about to transplant them into the tomato garden. So I'm not quite sure what some of these varieties are, so it'll be kind of interesting to see. But I do know this one I did do from seed, and this is a yellow pear tomato. And then this is one of my Romas. That's my Cherokee purple. This is another Roma. That's a Sweet 100. And then this one here is also a Roma, because I really wanted to try to figure out canning and preserving this year. And then in here, this is like a slicer tomato. It's from Lowe's. It's called the Summer Sandwich tomato, so I'm pretty excited to see how that turns out. And then this is a Candyland, and this is also Candyland. They're getting really big, which is super exciting. And here is my corn. The corn is from Baker Creek, and it's getting so big. I'm so excited. It's just a fun experiment to see how they do like containers this year. So that's pretty fun. And then soaker hoses, I gotta figure out. Gotta lay them down in my tomatoes. And then here is my kale that has gone to seed. So once these pods get a little more ready, I'll be harvesting those. We recently just harvested some rosemary and oregano, and it's drying in my glass patio right now. This is some garlic chives. This is regular garlic, which I'm super excited to harvest this soon, I hope. And then here is 2 dills. For fun, I planted a burpee and then a Baker Creek variety. I really just wanted to see, just for fun, the difference, and obviously the Baker Creek ones are doing way better. And then over here is my cucumber trellis. I have had the biggest struggle this year with growing cucumbers. This is take 3 on them, and these ones here is a burpee variety. These ones here is the Boston pickling cucumbers from Baker Creek. At night I come out, cover them all up with jars because the slugs and the snails have not been nice to me. As you can see, it's so crazy. So far it's working. I just really want to try to get some cucumbers this year so we can pickle them and make pickles with that dill that I'm growing. Over here in this garden bed is more volunteer tomato plants that I kind of just let go. The kohlrabi is doing really well. I really just think it's so pretty, that purple with the green. At first, at the beginning of the season, the slugs and the snails really annihilated it, so I'm glad to see it's coming back. Those are my sugar snap peas. Back here is some radishes that I'm letting go to seed so I can try to harvest the seeds on those just for fun. And there is a Kajari melon that is take 3. I have take 4 growing in my patio right now. That is a mango peach vine. More volunteer tomatoes. Let's head this way. So I have rhubarb growing from last year. My Victorian rhubarb from seed is starting to come up really well there, so that's pretty cool. Once the slugs and the snails annihilated my carrots, I put down more seed and it's starting to do really well. And that was another thing. So here's more carrots too, another variety, all organic. I'll have to remember what name that one comes from. And here I had basil. I think it's the rabbits that got the basil. Parsley I grew from seed. My sweet mint and my chocolate mint are doing super, super good. So that's pretty exciting. My hanging baskets. Over here, so I got some lemon bee balm growing in there. Right now it's very small and delicate, so I hope it comes up. Here is okra. It's called the Perkins Long Pod okra by Baker Creek. This is my dragon tongue beans. And then these guys are just green beans. These are all bush variety of beans, so that's nice. I didn't have to set aside a trellis for these. And then over here is my blueberry bush. I need to get another one. Once these radishes are done, I'm going to get another blueberry plate here. My beets. I've never made beets before, so I'm kind of excited to see how they are and how it goes. This cucumber has been with me through everything, so I'm being very protective of that one because it has stuck in there through all of it, all the bugs, all the snails, the slugs, and more volunteer tomato plants. This is just a mixed salad greens. I think it was a burpee package I had from last year. Here, so this is my Hungarian blue poppies, and then 2 eggplants. I haven't had much luck with eggplants, so I'm really hoping they do well up here. My 4 strawberries. You can see some of that burn. That's from the neem oil. So I sprayed that on here to keep the slugs off, and it didn't quite absorb all the way in before the sun kind of burned it. So if you do neem oil, just be careful. This is all my asparagus garden, so that's coming in really well. My echinacea is back here. And then I have another flower variety, which is the Calendulua strawberries. I can never say it correctly, but those will be really pretty. And then American Gray poppies are going to grow here. I got onions, sage right there. And then if you come over here with me, we just added this new layer of bricks. I filled up with a bunch more dirt for the potatoes. They're doing pretty good too, for the most part. Pests are just not my friend this year. I think it's because it's been so wet here. But my white potatoes, I got a couple of red potatoes over here, so that'll be really exciting. And I think it's just been fun, plus decorating my wind chimes. I got this sign that says plant seeds grow blessings, so that's pretty cool. And then I'll take you over to our squash garden. We'll head this way. That's Riley. Hi, Riley. Hi, handsome. He's my sweet boy. He's my 12-year-old baby. He watches me always. So we're gonna go this way. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds chirping and all the stuff is blooming. It's super cool. Getting some big berries growing. And then I've gotten a couple of rose plants. It's a really pretty pink rose that's called Summer's Romance that Rory picked up for me. And then this is our other garden. And we just really got out here and weeded these hills. This is my one and only spaghetti squash that has germinated and come up. These 3 here are called, it's pumpkins. They're called Cinderella's Carriage. So I got those from the country store just to see always thought it'd be fun to grow pumpkins. And then here, the yellow crookneck squashes. And this is my Black Beauty zucchinis. So it's all getting pretty big, which is really, really exciting. But that's kind of a new updated tour of the garden so far. I hope you guys have a good day, and we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.